Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. My name is Tahir Qurashi. I'm your host. Today we will talk about challenges with multiple closing. Should a seller sell their house first before they buy it, or they buy first and sell later? It all has a consequences depending on your desire to make an informed decision and how well prepared you are. If you sell your property first, you know what money that you will be receiving for your property after disposing of your mortgage expenses, other liability, home equity line, and you know exactly what your budget is. And based on that, what you're looking to buy, you will have a target price that to achieve, and you can go ahead and buy the property. It's also possible after selling your house, you will not be able to achieve the purchase that you want to make because of change in the market condition. So this is a catch 22. But overall, if you sell your property first, you are better off in case you are not able to make a deal, or the property or the location that you want to buy a home is not readily available and you may have to wait. Since you have already sold your property, you will be able to rent the place for a short time and then you buy it later within a matter of months. Is a subject to availability of the property. On the other hand, if you have bought a property, make sure you have a long closing, because depending on the type of property you have, location wise, size wise, it might take a little bit longer to sell. You're going to have a little bit stress with your realtor as well as yourself, because you already made a commitment, you bought a property. And when you buy a property, you can have a long closing with the provision that you can close early. Because that way, if you are able to buy the property, important thing is to match the closing date, because this is more economical and practical solution for average family. Because if you do not match buying and selling together, you have to bear the cost of either bridge financing or additional cost. It all depends whether you qualify for that or not. The biggest challenge that we have is when you buy a property and you have not sold your property, it becomes a little bit stressful, not only for yourself, but also for realtor. But realtor professionals are really prepared. They are trained to take away all your stress and sell your property to make sure that you don't lose out. So this is very, very critical that you plan your activity and do it in a way it doesn't create stress. You get best value for selling your house, and you negotiate aggressively the property that you purchase. The biggest challenge is when you have buying and selling happening together. First thing is, do you have additional funds to buy the second property just in case you cannot sell your property that you have? If that is the case, you are one of the lucky seller who's going to buy another property, and it's easy for realtors to make sure it takes time to get the property sold and buy the property that you want. Because sometimes seller want to sell the property, buy the property first. Reason being is there are certain specific properties and location they want to buy, and they are readily available right now. It may not be available by the time they sell the property, and they are ready to take the risk. It happens with me, and we did that. We bought the property first, sold because it was a competing offer, and we bought it, secured the property, and then we sold it. When I listed the property, it was sold in one or second day. So we got lucky in this case. We also have the situation where we sold the property first and then we bought the property because we have plenty of time in between. Both scenario, thanks God, we were able to close. One was able to close, the other one is coming to close in August. The challenge that we have learned in this particular case is when you need money from your property to close the purchase that you did, because they're contingent about funding coming out from the sale of your property, and so put down toward the purchase. That's become a challenge, and this is the topic of the today. Challenges with multiple closing. So we have a situation that experience, in fact, it was even today, where the funding from the buyer for the sale of our clients did not reach our lawyer enough time that he will be able to close 2 purchases. I believe it took, instead of closing in the morning, it closed after 4 or 4:30, because you need money from the sale of your house in order to purchase the new home. In our case, we have 2 purchases, 1 sale and 2 purchases. So our lawyer was able to close 1, but the second, because money came late, there's so much paperwork the lawyer has to do, the other one did not close. Consequently, buyer has moved. Their households are in the truck, and moving trucks are booked. And they were giving challenges because they were saying is we don't have time to wait. So we have to help them to reload, download all those appliances to another location, because the mover was not available. They said, we'll come back to you on Monday. So today is Thursday, first day. It happened yesterday. So deal did close, and when I tell you there are consequences, but very fortunately we have clauses in the contract, agreement of purchase and sale. Because of coronavirus, if something happens, the bank is not able to transfer the money, or the bank holds the money, or anything happens with land registry, or anything beyond the control of the buyer and a seller, buyer or seller or the lawyers, the contract will close next available day for 14 days. So we knew that we are protected because of that, but our client who sold the property was left with no choice but to get someone to upload their furniture again and pay about $2,000 for moving cost. So these are the challenges. In our case, we have to sell one, and it closed round about 4:30, and lawyer has only 30 minutes to close 2 purchases. Fortunately, he was able to close 1. The second didn't close. So we have a kind of panic. It happens with the client. So you have to tell and stand with your client and make them understand. And they was very courteous, and they appreciated that what happened is not beyond the control. It's not beyond the control of anybody, because system is working a little bit slower than normal. So we were able to help our client to download household goods somewhere, and then hopefully they will be moving tomorrow. They got the key this morning, so they are moving in new location. So what are the impact? Let's assume that if you are buying a property and you don't have a clause there because of coronavirus, the seller of your purchase may decide not to give you the property and you're going to be on default. But good thing is we have developed clauses to protect our clients, and it's a great understanding between all buyer and seller that we have to cooperate. But regardless of it, it was in the contract. Now, sometimes it happens is that the seller's lawyer, if you are purchasing in this case, will ask some extra money for spending a little extra day. You know, this is where sometimes they demand, they were ready to close it, things can get through. Even coronavirus, they ask money, so our lawyer can work it out. But this is very, very important to you. Have a very very competent lawyer on your side, and he's able to interpret the contract to make sure he's voicing your concern and explaining. But regardless of what happens, there are moving expenses that client has to bear now because they could not leave the household in a truck or a storage place for another 4 or 5 days because the shipping company we asked has said we are booked. They have no moving crew to help us, who gave them almost $2,000. So these are the things very important when you are buying a property or you are doing a multiple closing, to think about that. Is it possible that if my deals are firm, should I be able to close early, bridge it because your deal is firm, you close it early few days and move in, and then your property close on a 2 different dates? It may cost you a couple of $1,000, maybe 4 or 5 days, or even 2 or 3 days, maybe depending on how much the size of the mortgage is. It might be very helpful, because if those 2 transactions are on the same day, potentially is if it doesn't close by noontime, your sale, the purchase will have a challenge. In this case, the sale closed about 4:30. So 5 o'clock, all systems start shutting down. They have to rush the paperwork, whatever lawyer have to do to get the money to the buyer, seller's lawyer, and they have to verify everything to the system to make sure everything is okay, money is in the account. Sometimes bank put a hold on the money. This is also, we learned that. So bank put a hold on it, and after 5 o'clock, no bank will pick up the phone and answer you through the professional network. They are available to the consumer, but they are not available to professional after a certain time, after 5 o'clock. Very difficult. So this is why it's very, very important to think about that. If you are buying a property and you are selling your property, and if you think you are able to handle the stress that comes with you, that is okay. But you have to be legally prepared to have empty the house by 6 p.m. That is in your agreement of purchase and sale. So if you are still in the process of moving and moving and moving, you have to make sure that you get out from the house by 6 p.m. Your stuff is loaded on the truck and you're moving toward the new house. Most cases, 99.9% cases, you have the key. If it's one purchase and one sale, or it's one sale and one purchase. But there's a lot of stress depending on the size of the house. If it's a big house, a lot of stuff that You have to move around, and you want to make sure that nothing get broken in the process, packaging, and also shipping guys take a lot of their time to wrap up things, the glass and TVs and all those crystal stuff. So it's very, very important to understand that there are costs involved with moving. So you have to make sure that you are able to handle that stress. If you can handle that stress, then it's okay. If something happens to the buyer, he does not close your dealing, and you need the money from there, you won't be able to close the one that you purchased. You are opening up a can of worms, because this buyer who bought your property, they are obligated to you. And the house that you purchased, you are obligated to that seller. And then you need to have a very competent lawyer to help you and support you, because you are in big trouble. Then you are buying and selling the house if you have not been able to move out. But if you have bought the house and you moved in, and your house is not sold, at least you have fulfilled your obligation. You may have a little challenge for selling your house, and bank will know that. They will cooperate with you, and your lawyer will allow you to put back the property in the market within the reasonable time allowed in the contract, which is agreement of purchase and sale, and sell that property again. You may get lucky, you sell it for more money. But the buyer who did not close your deal will have a challenge collecting the deposit, because sometime in our contracts, APS, we put forfeit clause. That means if you fail to close on a firm deal, you forfeit that deposit to the seller. If you have written in the Schedule A or B, that's a good thing to do. That way you don't have to go through litigation, you don't have to go through the mutual release. If it's written in your agreement that in case buyer failed to close my deal, my sale of my house, he will forfeit the deposit agreed in the agreement of purchase and sale, and give consent to the listing brokerage to release funds to the seller without further obtaining any authorization from the buyer. And this condition has to be there in the agreement of purchase and sale when the deal has been firmed. It should be in there. Whenever you firm the deal, that means you went through inspection, you went through home financing, everything. You have done all the due diligence and you're ready to go, and something happens. This is very, very critical. As you know, I'm a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm a certified real estate specialist. I'm a senior real estate specialist. I'm a seller representative specialist. I'm a credit buyer representative. I'm a certified international property specialist and broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, right in your town, in your city. You can reach out to me anytime at 905-785-9923. My goal is to educate you so you do not make mistakes. Realty Coffee Talk, in associate partnership with Awaz Entertainment, we are providing this knowledge and experience to you, our viewers. They are watching Awaz Entertainment around the world. If you ever have any questions, please call us, our office, and send us an email or contact us. Also, I'm going to invite this time if you are a builder, if you are a realtor, if you are a developer, or you are a home builder, you want to advertise about your business so people get to know you. Awaz Entertainment has over 2.5 million 2.5 million viewers a month across the globe on IPTV 580, Awaz Entertainment. So it's a best opportunity because people are learning, and when your advertisement is coming, and there is a special package for you. If you reach out to me, I will ask our production department to send you invitation so you can choose the program and options and advertise yourself. It's very, very important that you advertise and support our Awaz Entertainment. Now, if you are in multiple challenging home and buying situation, you're going to end up with additional shipping cost. So it's important that you are prepared. As a part of the closing cost, you must have a contingency funds to handle these affairs. It's very, very important. Sometimes it's very difficult to pinpoint who is responsible for these costs. I would advise to you to speak to your lawyer who is handling these affairs to determine who is at fault. When we are selling the property, the business close of business day is normally at 4:30 to 5 o'clock. If the sale of your house is delayed until 4:30 to 5 o'clock, your lawyer does not have time to close your purchase. So this is important for you to think about when you're doing buying and selling together. So if your sale closes 4:30, 5 o'clock, that means you have to vacate the house, that you have to be out. According to your agreement, purchase and sale, it's 6 p.m., you need to give vacant position to the buyer who purchased your home. Now you're on a truck. Your household goods are on a truck. Your crystal television or nice lamps, they are in your car or trunks. What do you do? And this is where the stress comes. Yes, it is very difficult. It's very challenging, but the roof is not falling apart. We are all human. Things happen. And coronavirus has slowed down all processes everywhere. So we are able to manage and minimize the losses. So you're going to be as a seller, if your stuff is on the truck, you have to talk to the shipping company. If that happens, please make sure they have accommodation when you are booking with the moving company. This is very, very important. So in case something happens, they will take the truck to the yard and they bring it back. May not be in the morning next day, but bit later. But there must be arrangement when you are negotiating the moving. So there is a contingency plan for that. It's very, very important. Then next day when your lawyer will call, and you're lucky that your realtor has put proper clauses in your agreement and purchase and sale, so you are protected. It is possible the lawyer might demand maybe extra couple of $100. That's possible, but we have to make sure that we are understandable and accommodate those, and we will be able to close the deal next day. We're going to take a break now at Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment, and then I'll get back to you in a matter of a few minutes. Bye for now.
4 बजे देखिए आपका किचन विद शहबाज गोरी। सुबह 5 बजे देखिए सितारे और हम, 5:30 बजे देखिए मैसेज ऑफ मर्सी, शाम 6 बजे देखिए दीन और दुनिया, इस्लाम इन मॉडर्न टाइम मजहर अयूब के साथ देखिए हर मंगल शाम 6 बजे और हर जुमा शाम 5 बजे। हालात हाजरा सलमान अरशद के साथ देखिए हर पीर को शाम 7 बजे और जुमेरात 8 बजे। थिंक अबाउट इट सलमान कुरैशी के साथ हर मंगल शाम 7 बजे। रियल्टी कॉफी टॉक ताहिर कुरैशी के साथ देखिए हर जुमेरात 7 बजे। टुनाइट टॉक रिजवान असलम के साथ हर जुमे को 7 बजे। कससुल अंबिया सलमान अरशद के साथ हर इतवार 7 बजे। देखिए तकरार कीजिए तकरार समीना जबीन के साथ रोज रात 9 बजे। आप देख रहे हैं आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट, आवाज आपकी, चैनल हमारा, जुड़िए हमसे।
Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk and Awards Entertainment in Canada around the world. We're talking about the challenges with multiple closing. It is very sensitive, it is very challenging, it is very stressful, but we have the capacity to handle and minimize our impact with proper planning. So if you are buying and selling or selling and buying, it's very, very important to develop a strategy to make sure that you are closing peacefully with less stress. I recommend that if it's possible, that you close your property first where you want to move your stuff. You may end up paying a couple of $1,000 for bridge financing, but it will save you a lot of headache, because once you have closed the property, the bank has given you all the money to finance your deal, unless you are not approved for the amount to carry both mortgages. So these are the very important things. You need to talk to the mortgage broker or your lender. I'm also principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage. I have a license, and my brokerage also have a license, and we can guide you how to plan based on your financing. It's very, very important, your ability to manage the risk, to manage these both, carrying the both mortgages in case there is a delay on selling of your house. This is why it's very important when you are hiring a real estate professional who is helping you to negotiate a deal, and he or she will check with the buyer's agent to make sure the buyer who is buying your property is qualified, he has a mortgage, everything is on place, and frequently communicate to make sure they are reaching out to their lawyer, sending a acquisition letter, and getting all the things done, and then also on the mortgage side to make sure funding is being sent to the lawyer, because this is all challenges. I tell you, I have, being a mortgage broker, I can tell you that the bank wants to see your letter of employment 14 days from the day it is approved. They don't want to see a employment letter 6 months or 2 months ago. 14 days from the day it is approved. So to verify, to make sure you do have a mortgage, you have to bring your pay stub to make sure you have income. You have a bank statement to show where you got the deposit. It is a line of credit, or it is from your saving, or from your RSP, or from your TFSA. Because they want oil from their stocks, liquid. because they want to make sure you have a liquid asset to able to pay the deposit, verification of deposit. When you're getting a deposit from your family, parents, accept parents, bank won't accept that because it becomes a loan if your friend or family cousin is giving you. Accept parents. They treat parents, contribution could be a gift, provided that it is a gift. And you have to demonstrate that you have that deposit for 90 days in your account. It's not all of a sudden it's coming in. If you're taking it down from the line of credit, you also have to show that it is on line of credit and provide a copy. I just did that for somebody, a client today. Most recent 2-pay stop. Most recent. The day you got the approval, within those 2 weeks, you will provide that. So banks are smart. They want to make sure that you have the ability to carry the mortgage and debt liability. So this is part and parcel with when you are upgrading to a bigger house. If you're downsizing, you're going to have some surplus funds, depending on your equity that you built in. But if you don't, you may have a challenge. I want you to watch our Realty Coffee Talk. We have many episodes on Awaz Entertainment. Is on YouTube channel, my channel, and also Awaz channel. You can watch those programs. They are to educate you, to inform you, to increase your knowledge. This is the amazing contribution by Awaz Entertainment to you, consumer, the viewers. It is a great asset that you are able to watch and listen and benefit from it by avoiding one single mistake in home buying and selling will save you lots of tension. Because the real estate is the most expensive decision, financial decision a family makes in their lifetime. And there are consequences that you will face the rest of your life if you make mistakes in buying and selling real estate. And I'm very grateful to our president of Awaz Entertainment and have bringing this subject to you, free of charge viewers. And if you are a builder or you are a realtor or you are a brokerage or you are a home builder involved in renovation, this is a great opportunity for you to advertise at reasonable cost. 10 times a day for 30 days for a very small amount. You can call our office, our studio, and you get the price. You can contact Samina Jabeen at 416-786-9809 to subscribe to advertisement on Awaz Entertainment Realty Coffee Talk. So before I end my program, I'm going to recap everything. When you're buying and selling a real estate, it's called multiple closing. Challenge is multiple closing. Biggest challenge that happens is when the sale is not done and the seller is selling his or her house and money coming from sale of a house is going toward the purchase of the new house. And if that sale is derailed or delayed, it will have an impact on you purchasing that, and you are liable because you're going to breach your agreement purchase towards the new purchase, and the buyer for your property is going to breach your agreement unless there is an understanding between buyer and seller, and the lawyers are able to work together, understanding coronavirus and impact that it has on everybody. That we are in a situation where we are helping each other. We understand the banks and all operations are not working as efficiently as in the past. We know that very soon, Peel region and Toronto and other areas are opening up. We are expecting something happen. Stage 3 will be mobilizing in Peel region and Toronto area. So we are waiting for a government announcement. So anyway, still the process of social distance, wearing masks is continuing. We will also learn that open house may be allowed, but at the discretion of the seller, and all risk factors will be discussed. So we can still try to use virtual tour as an open house. I will be doing virtual tour open house moving forward. So inviting people to ask questions, sharing the complete house, all information with people. So at this time, this is very, very important that we keep this in mind, that this fear of coronavirus is still there. With the help of the government and the public, we are very proud of our health professionals. They put their life online to save our fellow citizens and helping to eradicate coronavirus spread in Canada. We're very proud of them and we salute them. We're thankful for their sacrifices, including the police officer, for their effort. And I take this opportunity to thank all of them, all the staff, other staff. They are helping to avoid the spread of coronavirus. Well, my name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm the host of Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment. Before I hang up, I repeat again: when you are buying, selling real estate, sit down with your realtor, your team, your mortgage broker, your lawyer. Develop a strategy how you want to do this. You want to buy first or you want to sell first. There are pros and cons, good things about buying or selling. Sometimes you want to buy first because those unique houses will never come in the market. But you take a longer closing to make sure you have the ability to bring closing early. And when you're selling it, to make sure you price the property reasonably well so it can attract buyers, and you sell the property. Sometimes you give less and you gain more, because if you want to achieve a certain house, the sweet home that you've been waiting for, then you can allow a little bit flexibility in terms of the price. Sell your house, then list at a price that it market according to the market and sell. If you are selling first, you sold the property. Now you can take a little bit longer closing, and you have the ability to bring early closing based on what you buy. And if you are able to match those dates, if you want to have the same closing, unless you are financially capable of getting a mortgage to move into the new one, and then you take the money from this property when it closes. It happens. It will happen no matter how much careful we are. If someone get defaults because two reasons, bank will not give them mortgage. Either something wrong with the presentation, the documentation, misrepresentation, or for God reason that they are not able to fulfill the stringent requirement of the bank to give them the financing. Or sometimes error happen. And because of that, the deal, your sale will not close. Therefore, you won't be able to buy it if you need money from your house. So it's very, very important that you think about it, plan accordingly, and go and make the decision. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I hope this program, challenges with multiple closing, have been any helpful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. My direct number is 416-451-3489. If you are a builder, a realtor, or a brokerage or construction company who wants to get viewers, consumer, client, you can call Awaz Entertainment directly and get you a special package that is arranged by Realty Coffee Talk for you. Thank you very much for watching Awaz Entertainment, Realty Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir Qureshi. May God bless you all. Thank you for watching. May God bless Canada. Bye for now. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Realty Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir. Thank you.